He said I hit him in the back of the head, but I mean, I watched the replay a million times, and I mean, it was perfectly on the ear. He shoved him. I'm like, oh. I thought it was really disrespectful. He's a hothead, and that's how he reacted, which is, like I said, disrespectful. But it definitely adds a little fuel to the fire, kind of making me more excited to fight a guy from Hans. It adds more excitement, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, I clearly know I'm a clean fighter, and I know the shot was clean. I've watched it over and over. But, you know, if they want to think what they want, then I'd be more than happy to shut them up that night, too.
Honestly, that tension has nothing to do with me. That's just extra shit to think about that I don't really need. So, all that extraness, man, I don't really need it, man. I just go and I do what I gotta do, worry about myself and my opponent in that cage, and that's all I need to worry about. Everything else, that's just bullcrap. He can talk all he wants, man. I mean, you know, you guys know me. I don't really talk that much smack. I don't really pay attention to it, so he can talk all he wants, but, you know, at the end of the night, you know, it's still, the outcome's still gonna be the same. I'm gonna come out with a win just like I want to.
I've seen him fight. I've seen a lot of stuff of his, so I know he's a tough dude. He's going to come fight night and bring it. So I got to be the same. You know, I got to be on my game to get the win. I'm going to go out there and just be relentless, keep the pressure on him. You know what I mean? I think he cuts a lot of weight, so I think it's going to play in the factor if we do go to later rounds. But obviously, I want to shut him up. You know, I want to finish the fight in the first would be great. But I'm going to go out there and keep heavy pressure on him and be in his face.
Every aspect of his game, I'm going to pick it right apart. Just like you pick an apple from a tree. I'm going to have everything. And I don't really think he has nothing for me, but I'm not going to underestimate him. Beginning of the first round, man, I know it's going to be a lot of, you know, filling out and kind of getting to know each other face to face right there in the ring, and it's going to be a war from then on.
Train hard, be ready, and make weight, because I'm coming.
Earlier this evening, we see our welterweight champion, Zach Busha. He makes his way into the arena. He will be facing Aaron Heifel in our main event this evening. But first, coming up, it is Brandon Lowe. He'll be taking on Malcolm Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out our next bout of the evening, Brandon Lowe.
A very quick starter. It is Brandon Lowe coming off a big win over Austin Midkiff. A lot of smack talk has been going on in this fight. A lot of talk about the coaches here in this one also. Brandon Lowe coming out of the war room. Malcolm Smith out of Hans MMA. After that last fight of Brandon Lowe, there were words thrown. Brandon Lowe is a bullet out of the cage. He is going to come flying. This one should be fun.
Yeah, Brandon Lowe's going to go 100% from that first bell.
Let's bring out his opponent tonight, Malcolm Smith.
Coming to us by way of Hans MMA, it is Malcolm Smith. Let's take a look at our first form tale of the tape. Brandon Lowe, 27 years old, 5'8", 154.2 pounds, out of Bethalto, Illinois. Malcolm Smith, 26 years old, 5'7", 154.6 pounds, out of Peevely, Missouri. A very close fight here in size, weight, different types of starters though. Malcolm Smith has always been kind of the lower, stays back. Brandon Lowe comes out like a freight train.
Yeah, Malcolm Smith likes to work himself into the fight, kind of a slow starter. He's not going to have a chance to do that tonight because Brandon Lowe is going to come out 100% right at him.
Yeah, Brandon Lowe comes out like a bullet, literally. Sporting a record of 2-1 in the cage. Malcolm Smith, though, no slouch himself after returning to Hans MMA. Got a full camp full of takedown defense and cage pressure because he said that's all Brandon's got in his game.
Yeah, Malcolm's going to try and keep this fight standing. He's a pretty good kickboxer. He wants to keep it standing.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, fighting out of the Metro PCS blue corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighs in at 154.2 pounds. Fighting out of Bethalto, Illinois. Give it up for Brandon Lowe. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the Metro PCS red corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighs in at 154.6 pounds. Fighting out of Pevely, Missouri, give it up for Malcolm Smith.
Referee Mike Anglin has the call for this fight. Both of these fighters look extremely confident. And in shape, Malcolm Smith is a dangerous thing. Oh, he starts off very quickly. Trying to work that over-under position here from Brandon Lowe.
It looks like Lowe has double underhooks. He's pressing Malcolm Smith against the cage, grinding on him.
This is what Malcolm Smith said thought would happen. He'd have to work the cage position. Nice knees there, though, coming out of Brandon Lowe. Lowe trying to swim. Smith swims, gets the underhook on the left side. It's a little better position for him.
Yeah, this is a pretty neutral position, the over-under position. But
Big knee to the head.
Malcolm Smith's back is still on the cage, not where he wants to keep it.
A lot of pressure coming out of Lowe. Again, big knee.
And this is a very tiring position for Malcolm Smith, carrying all of Lowe's weight.
Oh, misses. Smith swarms, though. Big knee. Definitely in a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I like the explosiveness out of Malcolm Smith.
Something we have not seen out of Smith. Smith looks very relaxed. Again, big hands coming out of Smith. Again, finding a home. Lowe just misses with a big right hand. Smith answering right back. Nice inside kick is Malcolm Smith.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh, he answered that one.
Very nice combinations, punches and kicks out of Malcolm Smith.
Look at the pressure out of Smith. Not wanting to clinch is Smith, stepping back away. Huge leg kick coming out of Malcolm Smith, working that front leg. Can Smith keep this pace up, though?
At this distance, this is the distance Malcolm Smith wants. Lowe isn't pushing the pressure.
Throwing elbows.
We got a cut on the forehead.
Yeah, big cut. Nice elbow has opened up a big cut on the head of Brandon Lowe. Smith now making him carry all that weight in the corner. Steps away, huge hands. But Brandon Lowe fights back.
Nice right hand out of Lowe. I think Smith is taking a bit of a breather when he puts Lowe's back on the fence. Nice knees from Lowe to the body of Malcolm Smith with his back on the fence.
Malcolm Smith is doing well to do damage here, though. Steps away. Oh, nice spinning back fist. Out of the way is Brandon Lowe.
Smith looks like he's getting a little winded, though. He doesn't have quite the pep in his step he did earlier.
Where Brandon Lowe still looks good. He's gushing blood out of his head, but that's all right. That elbow opened up a big shot, but he's landing bombs now.
I'd like to see Malcolm Smith cut the cage off a little bit more. He's
Big
doing
uppercut.
A little too much following.
Smith backs up and opens up on Lowe. Again, huge uppercuts. Both fighters throwing down. They are right in front of the booth here. Nice knee there is Brandon Lowe. Double underhook position for Brandon. Under 30 seconds remaining here in round one.
What a back and forth round this has been.
Smith dominates the first round. Brandon Lowe coming back here though at the end.
Big
landing.
knees.
Knees are finding a home. Ten seconds, big foot stomps. What a round, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin. Malcolm Smith controlled everything in the beginning. Brandon Lowe turned it on at the end. How do you see it?
I have that round 10-9 for Malcolm Smith. I thought he did a lot more, and we see in our Mattingly Lumber instant replay, just the combinations for a solid 3 minutes of the round. Malcolm Smith just controlled the center of the cage, landing vicious combinations, a big elbow to open up a cut on the forehead of Brandon Lowe. I give that round 10-9 for Malcolm Smith.
So adversely here, if you're in the corner of Brandon Lowe, what are you telling him?
Brandon Lowe needs to keep the fight at closer range. He can't be backing up and circling and letting Smith throw off those combinations. When Lowe got aggressive is when he had the most success.
Second round in this 3-round fight. Malcolm Smith in the red tape, Brandon Lowe in the blue. Malcolm looking to cut the cage off here.
Another
huge leg kick though, they're coming out of Lowe. Malcolm answers right back with the combinations.
I mean, beautiful combinations of punches and kicks out of Malcolm Smith.
Both fighters throwing extremely hard. Oh, that one rocked him. That one sent Brandon Lowe off balance. Again, Malcolm Smith is going to work that front leg.
And Malcolm Smith kicks hard. You know, I've trained with Malcolm. I weigh about 30 pounds more than he does, but he has a ton of power in his right leg.
Jeremy Johnson along with Kevin Angle live from River City Casino here for Shamrock FC 295. Brandon Lowe taking on Malcolm Smith. Malcolm Smith in the red tape, Brandon Lowe in the blue. Brandon trying to fight for position here, got that overhook. Nice knees there from the clinch position.
Yeah, both guys doing a lot of little things with the head movement.
Oh, big hands. Oh, going upstairs is Lowe. Huge takedown out of Brandon Lowe.
It looks like Malcolm Smith was momentarily dazed there. He just kind of stood there with his hands down and let Lowe come after him. There is a huge welt on the left leg of Brandon Lowe from that earlier right leg round kick from Malcolm Smith.
Brandon Lowe in top position, trying to do some work now.
And it looks like there might be a cut on the left cheek of Malcolm Smith.
This crowd is going nuts here. It looks like Brandon Lowe trying to step into an arm triangle position. He's locking it up. Can he finish the fight?
He might have that. Big knees.
Malcolm Smith trying to fight his way out of this. Just
He's
relaxing, gives the thumbs up. Says he's good. It's not under the chin. Malcolm with a huge move. What a changeover.
Excellent job by Malcolm Smith. 100% relaxed, let Lowe work, didn't do anything. Malcolm Smith with a thumbs up the whole time and explodes into a sweep.
And that was a beautiful thing for him to have the thumbs up. Mike Anglin came very close to stopping that fight.
Absolutely, as Malcolm Smith was putting the thumbs up, Mike Anglin almost jumped in, but Smith had the thumbs up.
Now, Malcolm Smith in the full guard here of Brandon Lowe, trying to work some of those elbows.
Yeah, Smith is going to have to get busy here the last minute and a half of this round, because with that takedown and almost got a submission from Brandon Lowe, he was winning this round so far.
A lot of pressure here coming out of Malcolm Smith. Lowe trying to work the elbow from the bottom. Both of these fighters doing everything they can to finish.
Brandon Lowe is very close to a triangle position.
1 minute remaining here in the second round. He is trying to get that triangle here on Malcolm Smith.
He's got it locked up now. He needs to get the arm
big
over.
elbows coming. Malcolm trying to fight his way out of it.
He might be out.
What a win here for Brandon Lowe.
Malcolm Smith is out. Brandon Lowe had him in the triangle position and just started firing off elbows. What an excellent fight out of both fighters. What a fight out of Brandon Lowe and Malcolm Smith. A back and forth battle. As we see in our Mattingly Lumber instant replay, Brandon Lowe has a triangle position. Malcolm Smith had his arm tucked so he can't be submitted. So Brandon Lowe just starts firing off elbows and knocks Malcolm Smith unconscious with vicious elbows out of the triangle choke position.
What a fight, ladies and gentlemen, out of Brandon Lowe. Arguably lost the first round. Had to come back. That was a beautiful display of technique and tenacity out of Brandon Lowe.
Yeah, you know, I gave the first round to Malcolm Smith. That second round was back and forth, and Lowe in a bad position on his back gets that triangle position and finishes the fight with elbows, knocking Malcolm Smith unconscious. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful work there by Brandon Lowe to finish that fight. What a back and forth battle.
You know, Jeremy, we've been raving about how great of fights our co-main and main event are going to be. They have a lot to live up to following up after this fight.
Most definitely. Brandon Lowe putting on a show here. Malcolm Smith, though, very good there in the rounds. Looked great up until that triangle locked in.
Yeah, excellent display out of both fighters. Malcolm Smith looked excellent on his feet, firing off great punch and kick combos. But Brandon Lowe, tough as can be, survived everything Smith threw at him and came back and got the finish victory.
Brandon Lowe absolutely tough as nails. Let's send this one up to the cage to Stephen Bayer for our final results.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended, and let's give it up for both of these fighters.
Also a big
Ladies and
hug there
gentlemen,
from
this
Kevin
bout
Hahn.
has ended 4 minutes and 13 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by TKO due to strikes out of the blue corner this evening, Brandon Lowe.
Huge win for Brandon Lowe. Also looks like the coaches' beef there has been squashed.
Yeah, I think the beef was a little more between the coaches than it was Brandon and Malcolm. Brandon and Malcolm respect each other a lot, and they put on one of the best fights. I think the best fight of the night so far, and one of the best fights we've seen in the Shamrock FC cage.
And we've still got more coming, because coming up next, It is our co-main event of the evening featuring Jordan Dowdy taking on Ty Flores in a catchweight bout right here at Shamrock Fighting Championships.